What it is, YouTube, you know who it is. It's your boy, the Moose. Let's kick it.
It likes to run, it loves to jump, no one could ever stop. A big or small party, it will be there, no matter where or when. A moose on the loose, a moose on the loose, it'll be party all day long. A moose on the loose, a moose on the loose, what are you waiting for?
Okay, so I got to show you this. This is awesome. So the Peavey Versamix 16 channel mixer is here. I wanted to show you this. I got it installed in my rack, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna explain what happens here now. The Rockville fits in here. Everything fits really nice. Let me show you what it looks like, and let me get your opinion down below what you think. Okay, so I'm going to wire all this together, and let me show you the results at the end. I am going to show you one thing though, real quickly. This is what it's replacing. I made this out of plastic, and I've been using it for a while. Actually, this is a frame off of a spider cage that I used to make for this guy to stay in. I'm replacing him. So you see the difference. Big difference. A lot more knobs, a lot more flexibility, a lot more head. So let's get into this. That's why it's important to make sure that when you're done with the gig, you have your wires cleaned up nice. All the wiring was due to the fact that I just piled on my speaker wire when I came in the house. I took it out of the box, and now, as you can see, we're about to wire this together. Now, I am going to put you back on speed mode there, but what I'm going to show you is the firmware where it's located. Firmware, oh, not the firmware, but the Rockville, the Rockville conditioner is lower than this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the soundboard out real quick. I'm going to use my snips, cut the pieces, get them plugged into where they need to be, because I have to have 9 wires coming out. Now, what I have done is each wire is going to have its own home. Now the sub, it's going to have its own home, but the speakers, it has its own home, but it's going to have one wire coming out and going down. And the speakers, I'll show you what I use for it. It's got this whip. Nobody will see this whip. What happens is it has 3. And this is actually 12 gauge wire. And this is, I think, 14 gauge? Yes, 14 gauge. Yes, 14. Okay, so, and it's just gone on 14 gauge, and it's sticking out. And this goes in and plugs in, and the 2 speakers plug into this. This actually gets plugged into the sound. Now, if I want to, I can actually put the sub in here too, and just get all 3 of them at the same time. Like I said, this is a 12 gauge, this is 14. It can carry the load. Now, mind you, this is a 15 amp Rockville conditioner, so it's going to work just fine. Now, I've done a lot of research on plugging the sub in to the conditioner and making sure that I can legally, physically plug it in without drawing a lot of amperage. And it's not gonna draw that much amperage to the point where it's going to cause a circuit to go. If it does cause a circuit to go, there's a reset button on it. So I'm not worried about that. And then I got a lot of circuits between there and the wall. And I'm running 14 to the wall. So it's pretty much 12 to 14 is ideal. Don't do 16 with the sub. You can get away with doing 14. I wouldn't. I am going to get a 12 gauge to go to the wall. That's going to be next purchase. I am going to get a 100-foot black cord. I got a 16 in the garage for backup. Now, if I end up going that way, and it has to happen, there's ways that I can do. I got enough feedage for the sub. So if I really need to, I can daisy chain a bunch of stuff together for the sub to get the power to it. And I really don't like doing it that way, but if it needs to happen, I can do it. In the orange thing that I had before, that's a 14, and then I have a 14 25-foot wire. Now, I am thinking about getting the PAR 50s from Rockville, where they daisy chain power from one power source, so I can get rid of all the clutter and only have one wire coming off that tree. So that's going to be in the near future. For right now, I'm going to leave it the way it is, and then I will add the lights later. But I will be getting better lights. The U-Kings, I'm going to put them aside. I can use them on a rainy day, maybe make another tree. Who knows what I'm planning on doing just yet. But I will use them until I get the new system in a couple of months. I gotta get software for karaoke in a couple of weeks. So May 2nd. I have the wedding May 1st, so May 2nd. Actually May 4th, I will be purchasing the karaoke software. I'm getting rid of Carafun 2 because I'm going to go actually with the software that updates once a month that I can do all kinds of different things with. So that's what's going on. Right now, let's go ahead and get this thing. I've been known to jab my jaw, so let me get this thing straightened out so we can go ahead and get everything organized. we're going to organize this rack so it looks really good. Hopefully I can get rid of a lot of wiring. This is going to help me a lot because I'll show you after it's set up what's going to happen. As you can see, I got it done. I'm going to bring you into a closer shot. But I wanted to explain. Alright, I had to throw that in there. I just put the DMX in. The DMX is going to have to come out. Now, I had the DMX on a 3-foot because the way it was set up before, it didn't fit. But other than that, we got it all set up and ready to go. And I'm going to show you the finished product. So let's get you off the stand and show you the finished product. Show you what I got in the back here. And then it looks like a big wild mess. But if you could actually see in here, a 1, 2, and 3, basically 1, 2, and 3 on the board is going to be put on there. I gotta get the tape out and mark it. The DMX is coming out here. It's sticking out. The wireless DMX. This thing's work really good with wireless DMX. And then everything in a nutshell goes through the conditioner. Everything in that box goes to the conditioner, even including the surge protector. I got it coming out of there. It's actually technically 2 wires coming off the board coming out, and then it's actually a total of 5 wires that's going to go through this hole. The only things that I don't have in there right now are, as you can see, my iPad and let me show you. And that little thing right there, that's my phone. I don't know where I'm going to put it. Check out how impressive that looks. Let me show you how impressive it looks. Check this out, how impressive. Take this out. Look how impressive this looks, man. Can you just imagine? Look at all that. That looks really nice. And then when a client hires me, and sees all this and listens to the way it sounds. Now let me quote you on this. The sub is going to go into 2 speakers, and this drawer is going bye-bye because it's going to have an amp in it. I'm putting an amp in here. The amp is going to go to the 2 speakers that I plan on buying. I'm getting Rockville doubles, so I'm very impressed with Rockville. When I got that conditioner, that's what sold me to Rockville. That conditioner, the way I bought it used from Guitar Center for $19.99, and that thing has saved a lot of sound, made the sound crisper, cleaner with no caffeine. So how it's going to work is it's going to go through. Now this knob right here, it's going to Guitar Center. This actually broke off yesterday when I was unboxing it, so I have to send it to Guitar Center and get it fixed, and they're gonna clean it out for me and do maintenance on it. but I broke that myself, and I don't need that channel just yet anyway. I got 16 of them, so I can use the other 15, but I am going to send it to Guitar Center. They're going to clean it out for me and do the maintenance for me. I'm going to have it all maintained and cleaned out real good. It's used, so I want to basically have them fine-tune it and replace that knob for me. I'm not taking it apart. I'm going to have them do it because that's what they do. And so anyways, and I like this because look at this. It has a devoted light, DMX light that goes here. And then here's the power for the light. Isn't that impressive? See, they got to fix that too. They got a couple things in there to fix for me. But I'm going to have it all fixed and cleaned up. And you could buy used, but what the heck, man. I was only missing one knob and that needed to be fixed. But the board works other than that. But I want to make sure that it gets cleaned out, dusty. It's old. It was an older model, but this thing, I plugged it in yesterday and it works really well. The speakers sound very nice in them. I can't wait to get it on the gig. At a gig, my first karaoke mission. Check it out. I have balanced. It's balanced now. It's not just one. And this is for the microphone, but it's balanced. Can you check that out, man? Left and right. I didn't have it with the other one. I just had one. Now I can play and get more headroom, because once you have this, you can get more headroom out of your speakers and you can adjust them. But man, this thing is sounding clean. I can't wait to get it and try it at the prom. It's going to get its bath. Now, technically what's going to happen is I'm going to take it with me, and then I'm going to take the other one with me just in case something happens. Now, I don't know this system yet, so I'm going to stretch it to the fullest. It's going to Guitar Center when I go to Disney. So the week I go to Disney, it's going to Guitar Center to get fixed. That way when I come back, it'll be ready to go. So that's my plan anyway. Hopefully we can get it done. But as you can see, this thing is just awesome. It's growing by the number. The wires in the back are, now this is 16 channels, meaning I have a whole lot of space. I can actually take and devote my two controllers right here, my controller right here, but I'm not, because I remember what they told me at church, because there was two being used for the keyboard, and the pastor said, the guy running the keyboard said it would sound better if we just got one, because somebody's not turning up the second volume. So we could put it into a test, and it sounded way better than actually having two, because what ends up happening is you put this, let's say you put this on 10, okay? Now you forget that you're running two, and then you leave this here. Well, guess what? This is your left speaker, and this is your right speaker. Well, let me show you this. Right here, there's a button called pan. Okay, it's the pan button. Okay, look at what the pan button says. It says L and it says R. Well, guess what happens? You have this on R and you have on this on the left. You have this on the left. Okay, now what you're telling the board is, let me show you. You're telling this channel right here that it's going to come out of the left. Okay, that is, I mean, it's coming out of the right. But guess what? You plugged it into the left-hand speaker, and you plugged this one into the right-hand speaker. Well, guess what? You tell all this information goes all the way through here to the side. And then when you put this up to 10, and you slide this up to 10, guess what? I would say about maybe 3 is where it's going to sit, or maybe down to 3 negative. It might even go down to 6. I think it's going to be about a 6. Depends on the speakers. I think it'll be about a 6. until I get the bigger speakers, then I can take it down lower. But it is going to be about a 6. Now look what happens. So the signal goes all the way across here and then goes to here. Well, this board, the way it's designed, it's set to go left and right. Okay, so you got this set left and right. Okay, the signal goes out the board into the speakers. Oh, it goes into the sub, and then the sub changes. The sub has a crossover, which straightens the signal out and then puts it over. So the sub actually has a crossover in it, so it straightens out the music and puts it where it goes. It sends the lows to the lows and the highs to the highs. The speakers still have lows, but not as much as the sub. So if you're doing this number, well, guess what? If you're doing this number with 2 on 1, you're going to get the wrong sound. Your sound is going to sound horrible. I'm telling you, it's going to sound horrible. So basically, you change this, and I usually have my pan up, straight up, and down, all across the board. So pan always is in the middle. I don't never ever take it off that. So, and then all of these pretty much are straight up and down. And what happens is when I get to the gig, I go accordingly. This one will always probably ride about here, maybe about here. It's about 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, about 10 o'clock, yeah, about 10 o'clock. And about 10 o'clock, maybe 11, never 12. It's never straight up and down. Well, it could be straight up and down, but I like it around 10 o'clock because it sounds a lot cleaner. Now, the microphones, it might gain maybe 1. So this is probably how the microphone's going to sit, right here. And then I can adjust the highs, lows, and mids according to the microphones. And then the Bluetooth, the same way. The Bluetooth will probably be -2 because it's, trust me, it's about 10 o'clock. And then this will adjust accordingly. So that's how it's going to be set. Usually, the microphones are going to be set a little higher on the trim because they're microphones. And they sound a little better if you add a little trim to them. So the sound coming out of the speaker, coming out of the controller, is going to be adjusted. So you can adjust that accordingly. And that's impressive because the auxiliary and all these buttons right down here, they stay at 12 o'clock. And then you adjust them accordingly to how the sound sounds when you're using the buttons. And each button represents different things. Now this board, I can actually mute this. So let's say number 4, it's going to probably be well, it's not going to be the efficient on this. The efficient's going to be on that board. Now, if let's say I'm inside, and that's my ceremony rack. This is my, and this is the gig rack. So, well, it's the reception rack. So, anyways. Song, ready? The stars are light, are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. Okay, that worked.
Okay, let's see it.